I was recently asked a great question. What movement is better for athletic performance? Sumo deadlifts or conventional deadlifts? The answer is conventional all the way. So before I explain why, let me explain to some of you who may not understand what the difference between a sumo deadlift and a conventional deadlift is. A conventional deadlift or traditional deadlift is where your feet are narrow and your hands go right outside your legs. This is the most common form of deadlift. A sumo deadlift is where your feet are wide and your hands go inside your legs. When training for athletic performance, regardless of what sport you play, your training needs to be focused on movement patterns. You need to press, squat, pull, bend, twist, lunge, sprint, whatever other movement patterns there are. So you need to focus on these movement patterns. Some examples of them: bench press, overhead press, push-ups are all forms of presses. Squats, front squats is a squat pattern. Pull-ups, dumbbell rows, barbell rows are all pulls. A conventional deadlift could be considered a pull, but more technically it's a bend. It is a bend pattern. So you need to do traditional or conventional deadlifts in order to work the bend pattern in your training. A sumo deadlift resembles more of a squat than it does a conventional deadlift. When you're doing a deadlift with a conventional stance, you have to bend forward, grab the weight, your low back, glutes, and hamstrings pick you back up. In a sumo deadlift, your feet are wide, you push your knees out, and you sit straight down. So there really is no bending forward. Your torso is upright. You want to maintain an upright torso the whole time, and you're using your legs to lift the weight up. Whereas in a conventional deadlift, you're using a lot more back, hamstrings, glutes. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of leg drive in a conventional deadlift, but it's not nearly as important as in a sumo style deadlift. The only people that should be doing sumo deadlifts or should be putting sumo deadlifts into their training as a meat and potatoes deadlift are powerlifters. And the reason is, powerlifters in their sport, the whole goal of their sport is to maximize poundage. They want to lift as much weight as they can. So they're going to put their body in the best anatomical advantage, if that's the right term. So people that sumo deadlift in powerlifting usually have longer torsos in relation to their legs. Long torso, short legs. So anatomically, the way their body type is, the way they're built, they are able to pull more weight in a sumo style rather than bending forward in a conventional style. So that's the only reason that they do sumo deadlifts. So, long story short, blah, blah, blah. Conventional deadlifts are the way to go. They're the best tool for strengthening your hands, your traps, upper back, spinal erectors, lower back, glutes, hamstrings. With that said, I don't want to completely discredit sumo deadlifts. I think they do have a place in training. I think that you should focus mainly on a traditional or conventional deadlift for athletic performance. And then, after that, do some sumo deadlifts, lightweight, higher reps. This is good for hip flexibility because your legs are so far out, right? Most people don't have great hip flexibility. You'll notice when they do a sumo deadlift or even when they squat, their knees will bow in. So they'll come in like this. That means they have weak adductors, their glutes aren't very strong, they can't keep their knees out. So if you train a sumo deadlift as an assistance lift, I'm all for that. That is a good idea. So you strengthen your glutes and your adductors and you increase hip flexibility. But if you want to get strong, I'm talking really strong, you need to do conventional deadlifts. So that's it, my friends. I hope that helped and I hope it made sense. Always remember, train untamed.
I remember very first time in love. I remember. 너도 같은 기분일까? So I'm in love. 왜 이래도 되는지 싶어. 그래, 너 때문에 매일 즐거워. 조금 서두르는 것 같아도 baby. 함께 달콤해